Greetings! Welcome to the Devlog for hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. We're going to start off as always with a quick sound check. Make sure your speakers aren't up too high. Wonderful. So what have we got for you this week? Well, we've got a brand new toy to check out that's going to be in Update 46 as well as the next beta build. It's an absolute beauty brought to us by Patrick, one of our resident gun nuts and expert 3D modelers, and one of our sound guys, the one responsible for all the great sound in firearms recently. So check this sucker out. It's very, very similar to a sort of a Colt 9mm. It's your sort of like AR pattern subgun. I'm going to be classifying this as a PDW in our item spawner system for reasons that'll make sense next update. But for now, let's take a look at this sucker. So really nice and compact. We've got an expandable, collapsible stock there. We got a long top rail, two side rails, nice tight foregrip here. And to go with it, we've got a couple magazine types. We've got the standard metal one here. These are 30 rounders. Pull that charging handle back. Let's squeeze off of you. Oh, let's put something on it so we can actually aim it. So let's throw on a red dot here. Take a couple shots. Beautiful. Absolutely wonderful. We got an alternative mag that's a waffle mag here. Let's rock this on over to full auto. Oh, slap the bolt release there. Oh, I just love the way that sounds. Beautiful. And we've got a 50 round drum for it. I can also use the handle there. Beautiful. Choose through those nice and fast. I'm going to throw the salvo suppressor we have on here on. This is meant to come with, Patrick made a suppressor just for this, but there's a little UV air in it, so it'll be in before Update 46 proper. But he made a new suppressed sound just for it that I absolutely adore. Oh, love it. Love it. I've already run like a couple thousand rounds through this, just testing it and playing with it. And I love the tight dimensions, especially if you want to have a really as compact as you're going to get. A 9mm subgun, rails for days. Oh, beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So yes, this is absolutely my favorite new toy. Take that sucker back off. So yeah, so that is in. This will be, as I said, in Update 46 as well as the next beta. Let's actually jump out of VR now and talk about what today's beta branch build, and that's just on the beta branch, not the main branch, is going to be about.
Yo! So we're out of VR now. So what is this week's beta build going to be about? Well, it's two things. The first is that, as I've mentioned in past videos, I'm still tuning and working with the loading system of the game. How assets are packaged together, how and when they're loaded in the game, and how that affects various things from loading time to the way that I have to push patches and how large the patches that you download are. The current schema is obviously the fastest way to load stuff, and that's great. But as I've mentioned, I can't change something about, say, the firearms package because of all of the sort of like lateral linkages between those assets without like re-uploading a 2 GB asset bundle, and that's not acceptable. That isn't like I fix a little thing on a gun and you have to download a 2 gig patch. Not cool. So what I'm doing in the beta branch is I have altered the way that asset bundles are packaged, and I'm going to be doing tests over the course of this week. Don't switch to the beta branch right now if you have metered internet. Because switching over to the beta branch, because I'm going to be changing the way the packages work today, will invoke a brand new, most of the game size download. And then once that's down, and I know people have it, I'm going to push a series of very small, or what should theoretically be small, updates where I tweak a parameter on a rifle and push a build, upload that, and see how large those are and how efficiently Steam is able to diff the Unity asset bundles. There are problems in every single system along that chain, and I'm hoping to be able to sidestep around them. If it doesn't end up being successful, if the patches end up being just as large anyway and there's no way around it, then I'll just effectively revert the way things were for now and just run with a smaller build size. If these end up not impacting load times too much while still being able to have a small patch be pushed for them, I'll stick with this new form. So then beyond that, obviously all of those nice shorties that I showed you last week are going to be in. So that's sort of my reward, including the new gun this week, for those of you who are willing to suffer through me pushing a bunch of patches on the beta branch and waiting for them to download, is you get to play with the new toys a little early. In addition to that, I added some touchpad/joystick locomotion speed options, so you can now have your base speed be higher or lower if you want. Running now no longer requires you to hold and click down the joystick or the touchpad to do it. Basically, you can just double click, and as long as your finger remains in contact with it after that double click, you'll remain running. And this is only if you're in the on touch joystick /touchpad locomotion mode, which I'm going to make the new default, as a number of users rightly told me that wears the Vive touchpads out quite significantly, holding them down hard off axis for long periods of time. So yeah, so it's gonna be on touch by default, and you'll be able to control how fast you're moving better. I also removed the hidden stamina meter that had been present for running. I think I'd had that in there because a bunch of the early VR games like Onward that were doing touchpad locomotion were doing that, but it doesn't fit with the rest of the game. And obviously there's no visual sort of indication of it. And you can move fast constantly with arm swinger if you just pump your arms, so why? Let's see. Yeah, that's the best, aside from a bunch of other little minor fixes, which I'm still working on for the next update. That's all for now. As I said, if you're interested in helping me out, especially if you're on the unofficial H3 Discord, or just can't wait to play with a bunch of the new toys, switch things over to the beta branch. Just be aware that it'll be a big download, and there'll probably be a bunch of other possibly big downloads during the week as I try to figure out for good all this loading system stuff. So thanks for being patient with me, and I hope you enjoy all the new toys. And yeah, I will talk to y'all next week. Peace.